Okay, we're going to be looking at surface area today. Let's look at the first one. It says an architect uses a cylindrical container to protect her blueprints. The dimensions of the cylinder are shown in the diagram. They want to know which measurement is closest to the total surface area of the container. Okay. It doesn't actually say the word cylinder, but it says it's cylindrical. So we know that this is a cylinder and we're looking for total surface area. Now, the first thing I've always told y'all is y'all got to make sure you're using the correct formula. It all starts with the correct formula. Guys, it will tell you in the problem what you're looking for, whether it's total surface area, lateral surface area, or that it's volume. Okay, so this is total surface area. We're covering all of this. That's what total surface area means. It means the area of the entire thing. Okay, so first you're going to look at your formula chart and you're going to look at surface area. You're going to go to cylinder. This first one is lateral, and the second one is total. So we're going to write this exactly the way it is on our formula chart. Okay, so we're going to write S is equal to 2 pi RH plus 2 pi R squared. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at the bases. Okay, so here's my base and here's my base. On this base, it is showing, it's a circle, and they're showing us halfway. Remember, halfway is the radius. So I'm going to circle this and I'm going to write R is equal to. Okay, now if it goes all the way through, then that's the diameter, and to get the radius, we would just divide by 2. But because it gives us the radius, we're good. Okay, we have our two bases. Once you have your two bases, guys, what connects those two bases, whether it's laying down or if this is standing up, it is still connecting the two bases, and this is the height. So I'm going to circle this and I'm going to write H for height. Okay, now I'm just going to go and put it, plug in the numbers. Okay, so I have 2 pi, my radius is 3, my height is 15, plus 2 pi, my radius is 3, and don't forget to square it. Okay, so I'm going to put this in Desmos just like this. Okay, so I have 2 pi, parentheses 3, close parentheses, parentheses 15, because parentheses just mean I'm multiplying, plus 2 pi 3 squared. Okay, so I get 339.29. Okay, this is my total surface area. So again, it starts with seeing what we're looking for, seeing what the figure is, writing the correct formula, plugging in, solving. Okay, let's look at the second one. It says the dimensions of a rectangular prism are shown in the diagram. What is the total surface area in square inches of the prism? Okay, remember, if they don't specify, we're going to use the top and the bottom. Okay, so I'm going to draw my base exactly how it looks. Okay, so I'm going to draw this rectangle. This side length is 16. This side length is 8. Okay, that's my base. Once I have my bases, I'm going to connect them. Let me get a different color. I'm going to connect these from base to base. I'm going to circle this and I'm going to write H. Okay, now guys, I know when this is on the computer, you can't shade the bases. You can't connect the bases unless you use the tools. Okay, I want you to use the tools. Shade the bases, connect the two bases, and label it. That's the height. I want you to draw the base, and I want you to write the dimensions of the base. Okay, so this is a rectangular prism. So I'm going to come down here. I'm going to go to total surface area. I'm going to surface area. It's a prism. This first one is lateral. This second one is total. So I'm going to write that formula. So I have S is equal to capital PH plus 2 capital B. Okay, remember, capital P stands for perimeter of the base. Capital B stands for area of the base. Now, I've drawn the base. So when I'm looking for capital P and when I'm looking for capital B, it is of the base. I'm not going to use anything else, but I'm looking at the base. Okay, now before we even do anything else, this 10, the height, I'm going to go ahead and plug in for H. And then guys, I'm going to mark it out because I'm not using that anymore. It is only for this height. Now, to find perimeter, remember I'm going to add up, and there's 4 sides, so I'm going to add up all 4 sides. If this is 16, this is 16. If this is 8, this is 8. So I'm going to come over here to Desmos, and I'm going to add up all 4 sides. So I'm going to add 16 plus 8 plus 8. So my perimeter is 48. Okay, so I'm going to plug that in for capital P. So I have 48 for the perimeter times the height of the prism plus 2. Capital B is area of the base. Again, here's my base. To find area, I'm going to multiply base times height, length times width. Okay, so I'm going to multiply 16 times 8. And so for my area of this rectangle, I'm going to get 128. So I've gotten my perimeter of the base, I've gotten the height of the prism, and I've gotten the area of the base. Now I'm going to put this straight into Desmos. Okay, so I'm going to put in 48 times 10 plus 2 times 128. Okay, so I get 736. Now, let's go back and talk about this. The reason there is a 2 is because there's 2 bases. Now, let's just say this problem, that we're not going to do the base. Tell them that, let's just say that there's not a top on here. There's only one base. Then guys, if there's only one base we're using, you're not going to put this 2 there. We're only putting the 2 because we have the 2 bases. Okay, let's look at one more. Okay, says it's a triangular prism. Remember the name in front of prism, that's the shape of the base. Okay, triangular. So my bases are going to be triangles. Okay, they want to know what is the lateral surface area of the triangular prism. So I'm going to come over here to surface area. I'm going to come over here to prism, go to lateral, and I'm going to write the formula. S is equal to capital PH. Okay, it tells me my bases are triangles. So I'm going to highlight, or I'm going to shade my 2 triangles. Those are my bases. I'm going to go ahead and connect from base to base. I'm going to circle it and I'm going to write H. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to plug in that H for my height. I'm going to cross it out because, guys, we're not using it anymore. We're done. Capital P stands for perimeter of the base. Here's my base, so I'm going to draw it just like it is. This side length is 5. This side length is 6. This one's not shown, but it's the same as this one, which is 5. To find perimeter of the base, I'm going to add up all 3 sides. So 5 plus 5 is 10. 10 plus 6 is 16. So my perimeter is 16. So I'm going to come over here to Desmos, and I'm going to multiply 16 times 8. So my surface area is 128. And this is just for lateral.